Taking care of my home used to feel overwhelming and chaotic, and I felt like I was always behind. But everything shifted when I started building small, simple, automated habits into my homemaking. These little rhythms completely transformed the atmosphere of my home. I began to feel purpose and peace as a homemaker. So today I want to share with you those 10 simple habits that quietly run my home smoothly as I make some chicken soup in my crock pot and get some cleaning done here in my home. If you're new here, my name is Emily, and I share biblical homemaking encouragement to help you build a peaceful and orderly home for the glory of God. And before we jump in, I want to remind you that I have a free resource called Keeper at Home. It's 5 biblical principles for peaceful homemaking. And if you're in a season where homemaking feels heavy or chaotic, this guide will help you rebuild your foundation with scripture and encouragement. So let's go ahead and jump into the first habit that I have is to clean up the kitchen every night after dinner. This one single routine sets the tone for my entire next morning. I always say that a clean kitchen is a gift that you give your future self. Cleaning up after dinner, wiping down the countertops, loading the dishwasher, clearing the table, it only takes about 10 or 15 minutes, but it keeps the kitchen from becoming a stressful chore the next day. This is just an automatic thing that I do every single night after dinner. There's no debating about whether or not it's going to be done or if we feel like doing it, we just do it. And my kids help me with this chore. It's a team effort. We just always, every single night after dinner, get it cleaned up. The second thing I do every evening is I fill my coffee maker. And so this sounds like such a simple thing to do, but after the kitchen is cleaned up, I head over to the coffee maker and fill it up. And it's such a small habit, but it brings an enormous impact on me because I love being able to simply push the on switch in the mornings when I'm still half asleep and waking up. And then I have a hot cup of coffee ready for me, which is one of the things that motivates me to get up and moving in the mornings. Habit number 3 is also in the evenings, and it's making my husband's lunch. So this is a way that I get to actively serve my husband and show him love through this service. But I pack his lunch right after I get done filling up the coffee pot and cleaning up the kitchen. And it just takes a couple of minutes. And then in the morning, I do make his sandwiches. But the night before, I have everything ready to go. The fourth habit that I have established is waking up before my kids. This habit has transformed my homemaking more than almost anything else because waking up before my kids, it doesn't mean that I get up super early. I get up at 6 a.m. and it just gives me time and space to be myself and to wake up and to pray and to read the Bible, enjoy a hot cup of coffee. And instead of just like waking up and reacting to the kids and reacting to the day, I'm just setting the tone by having a quiet, slow morning and just easing myself into the day before having to be straight on with mom mode. By the way, I do not have a recipe to share with you for this chicken soup. It was basically just dumping and going. I dumped in some tomato sauce that I had frozen from our garden, and then I had some corn that I had frozen as well from when we had picked it this past summer, a can of black beans, some cooked chicken, and then just a bunch of seasonings to taste. And then I just let it sit in the crock pot for a couple hours on low and let it cook. And my kids loved it. We added shredded cheese on top, and my kids also added a little bit of sour cream. So it had a bit of a Mexican taste to it, but it was definitely a great meal for lunches during this colder fall time. The fifth habit is I start a load of laundry every single morning. I always say 1 load a day keeps Mount Laundry away. And the first thing in the morning, I will start a load, pretty much right when I get up or right after breakfast. And that way I don't even have to think about if we're going to do the laundry that day. I know it's going to get done because I'm going to start a load. And my kids take their laundry downstairs as part of their morning routine. And then I sort it and I throw a load in. And I am getting my kids to help with the laundry as well. Sometimes it's a chore for a month and then they'll have a month off. But that just ensures that the laundry is going to be stayed on top of and it's never going to get out of control. Nebraska is beautiful this time of year. I'm just soaking in all of the fall colors as much as I can. The sixth habit that really helps my house run smoothly is putting things away right after I use them, whether it's my hairbrush or a pair of scissors or homeschool supplies. But when I put those things away, and I also teach my kids to do the same thing, this keeps the house from accumulating all these tiny little messes that eventually turn into big messes. So this habit of putting things away after using them is the difference between a home that feels chaotic and one that feels calm and in order. Number 7 is similar to the one before, but this is putting my personal belongings away. So this is things like my purse or my keys, my shoes, my jackets. I used to have this terrible habit of just laying my purse down wherever when I would walk in the door, or my keys. Sometimes it was on the kitchen counter, sometimes it was on the couch, sometimes it was on my bed. And then when I would go to look for my purse or the keys, I never knew where they were because they were always in random different spots. And so I finally had to make a habit of just putting my keys in the basket on the dresser every single day, hanging up my purse in the entryway instead of not knowing where it would be from day to day. This just helps me know exactly where these items go. The 8th habit that I have for running my home smoothly is to have a weekly planning session. So once a week, usually on a Sunday afternoon, I sit down and I plan out the meals for the week, the cleaning tasks, errands that need to be run, appointments, things for homeschool, things for work, and then just like random to-do lists. And this is usually about a 20-minute session, but it saves me so much stress during the week because instead of just wondering what's going to happen, I have a plan for it and I know what is going to be happening each day throughout the week. Habit number 9 is a weekly grocery delivery. So this has been one of the best automations that I've added into my homemaking. Instead of wandering through the store with kids or trying to plan meals based on what I think I have, I always add things to my grocery app and I make a list throughout the week, and then I just have an order that gets delivered once a week, usually on Monday mornings, and it saves me so much time. I don't have impulsive purchases in the store, and it just ensures that we always have what we need for the meals that I plan. And I used to do grocery pickup for years, but recently my sister-in-law told me how much she enjoys grocery delivery, and so I've been using that for the past month, and it is a game changer. Let me tell you, it saved me so much time. I often have it delivered during the morning when we're doing homeschool, so we're home anyways. It's not like I have to be at home at a specific time because we're already at home. So it just makes it so much easier for me, and it just is on autopilot. I know that the groceries are going to get delivered. And the 10th habit that works so well for our family is having dinner at the same time each evening. So this is one of the biggest habits that keeps my home peaceful, and that is just preparing dinner consistently at the same time every day. There's no negotiating in my mind of when I should start dinner. It's just an automatic habit. Unless there's things going on outside of the home, like a ball practice or a church event, we usually have a set time for dinner at 5:30. So of course, this doesn't mean that we have to have it right on the minute, but generally that is the time that I aim for when I prepare dinner. And having dinner ready at a reliable time sets the rhythm for the whole evening, sets up cleanup and then baths and bedtime and just us winding down. And it's just another way where planning ahead of time pays off. I know what I'm making. There's no last minute stress, and our evenings just run so much smoother when we are consistent with that mealtime. Those are the 10 simple automated habits that help my home run smoothly day after day. And none of these are big or glamorous, but compounded over time, they create a peaceful, predictable, cared for home. And if you would like to deepen your biblical foundation for homemaking, you can download my free resource, The Keeper at Home, which is 5 biblical principles for peaceful homemaking. It's full of simple yet powerful truths to help you build your home with intention and with your faith in the Lord. So thank you for spending time with me today. If this video encouraged you, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.